Spring is just around the corner, and with the arrival of good weather, do you find yourself already thinking about your first swim of the season? Before this can be done, you'll need to open your pool. Once the ice and snow inside your pool have completely melted, it's finally time to open it. It's recommended to open your pool earlier rather than later to minimize algae growth, which will make it easier to clean the pool and obtain a balanced water. Today, Samantha, a Club Piscine specialist, will guide us through the 7 steps required to complete the opening of your above-ground pool. Pool inspection and first cleaning, installing the hardware and skimmer, connecting the pipes and equipment, filling the pool and using the opening kit, deep cleaning, water testing and balancing, and activating the auxiliary systems. To make your pool opening easier, make sure you're using a kit that is adapted to your sanitation system, whether chlorine or salt. Here is what you should find in your opening kit: degreaser, clarifier, shock treatment, algicide, and a water testing bottle. You will also want to have the following items on hand. All products are listed in the description of this video. Okay, enough talk, let's get started. If you've kept your mesh cover on the pool all winter, you can now remove it. Don't let the leaves and other residue fall into the pool. Clean, dry, and store the cover until the fall. Once the cover is completely removed from your pool, examine the pool's internal and external structure to make sure it's in good condition. Even if you can't see the bottom of your pool, pick up the bulk of the residue accumulated during the cold season using a skimmer net or leaf collector. Then, scrub the walls and bottom of the pool with a brush. Next, clean the pool liner above the water line using a specially formulated spray. Take this opportunity to inspect the liner for tears. Remove the protective foam kit from the skimmer, starting with the wooden skewer, then the foam piece inside the skimmer, and finally the round piece from the top. Next, remove the expandable plug from the water return hole. If your water return is equipped with a light, you will now connect it, as well as the skimmer light. Simply plug the connectors, and then connect them to the power source. For a standard water return, start by screwing in the inner ring using the blue removal wrench if needed, and then install the eyeball in the water return, followed by the outer ring. Finally, reinstall the skimmer's door and basket. In this section, we'll be connecting the pool's various pieces of equipment. Take out the pump and pipes that have been stored away since the fall. You can also remove the cover from your heater and the plastic bag from the filter head. To help you set up the plumbing, refer to the pictures taken when you closed your pool. Once your pump is firmly in place, insert the basket and screw in the drain caps. Connect it to the electrical system as well, but keep the pump switched off. When connecting the pool's pipes, it is recommended to keep the O-rings well lubricated to make them as watertight as possible. The first pipe to connect is the one that links the pump outlet to the filter intake. Simply tighten the couplers to connect the pipes. Be careful not to over-tighten the couplers to avoid damaging the hardware. As for the bottom drain, start by removing the coiled insulating foam from inside the expansion pipe. Next, release the pipe by cutting the rope or zip ties holding it in place. Disconnect the expansion pipe by unscrewing the coupler and store it for the summer. Finally, connect the remaining pipe, the one for the bottom drain, to the opening at the bottom of the 3-way valve. Continue by connecting the side of the 3-way valve to the pump intake. Don't worry about the antifreeze inside the bottom drain pipe. Once the pump is switched on, the antifreeze will simply and safely mix with the pool water. And now for the filter. Before putting the pressure gauge back in place, wrap some Teflon tape around its connector to prevent potential water leaks. Screw it back in by hand, being careful not to over-tighten it. Then, reinstall the filter's sight glass and drain plug. It's that simple. If your pool is equipped with a heater, you'll now want to connect it to the other equipment. Inspect the heater and gently remove the debris and pollen on the protective grid using a water jet. Then remove both expandable plugs and refit the O-rings. Using pipes or a bypass valve, if you have one, connect the heater outlet to your water return. Then the filter outlet to the heater inlet. It's recommended to wait for the pool cleaning to be completed, for the water to be balanced, and for the outdoor temperature to reach 12 degrees Celsius before starting your heater. If you have a chlorinator or Nature 2 purifier, you must position it just before the water return and after the filter and heater. Connect the pipes according to your equipment setup. Make sure you properly identify the water inlet and outlet. Refer to the pictures taken when you closed your pool in the fall to help you set up the pipes. Note that the cartridge you used last season should still be inside the N2 unit. It will have to be replaced once your water is balanced. We'll come back to this later. The cell of your salt system must be positioned immediately before your water return. Once the cell is in place, connect it to the control panel and leave it in stop mode until your pool's water parameters are balanced. This will increase its service life. Once all your equipment is properly connected, it's time to fill the pool using a hose. The water level in the pool will vary depending on winter precipitations and whether or not you used a protective cover. Fill your pool 3/4 up to your skimmer. It's the level you'll want to maintain throughout the season. If your filtering media has not been cleaned during the closing, now's the time to do it. Check out the section on this procedure in our video on how to close an above-ground pool. Now, unbox your opening kit. Inside, you should find a container of degreaser. Gently pour the liquid into the pool while walking around it. The degreaser will decompose the organic matter present in the pool and help dislodge the encrusted dirt ring on the liner. Then, set your filter to filter mode and turn on the pump. Allow the product to work for about an hour. You can use this time to inspect your plumbing for water leaks. Add the remaining contents of your opening kit according to the instructions provided on the product package. Thoroughly cleaning your pool is a key step of its opening, one that will enable you to obtain clean and safe water. Start by installing your vacuum, set the filter to drain mode, and turn on the pump. The drain mode will help remove the larger pieces of debris from your pool without clogging up your filter. Once the bulk of the work is done, turn off the pump, set your filter to filter mode, and reactivate the pump. You can now complete the cleaning process in filter mode, which will prevent excessive water loss. If you have followed all the previous steps carefully, your water should now be clear. Take a 500 milliliter sample of water and bring it to the service counter of your local Club Piscine Super Fitness store to have it tested. Our specialist will conduct a chemical analysis of your sample and recommend the required products to help you obtain balanced water. Once your water meets all the required parameters, you can insert your new Nature 2 cartridge in the unit or activate your salt system's electrolytic cell. Note that it's recommended to wait until the water temperature reaches 65 degrees Fahrenheit before turning on the salt system. You must use chlorine in the meantime. A last piece of advice before you jump into the water too quickly: don't forget to reinstall your ladder or your steps. Congratulations! This concludes the opening of your pool. If you have questions, require additional information on how to open your pool, or if you wish to entrust your pool opening to an expert, feel free to contact your local Club Piscine Super Fitness store. Enjoy the swimming season!